that your bench has seemed to develop. It's obviously Larry's only been on the floor for 7 or 8 games, but it feels like they look like they played together a lot.
Yeah, it's been great. Larry's a great addition to our second unit. You can put the ball in his hands. He makes plays. He's talking on the floor defensively. And a lot of light-sized guys that can switch, read multiple screens, which helps our defense.
With Jose and Herb, just the amount of steals they're able to generate from night to night, how much does that help your defense?
It helps us tremendously. That's who they are. Both Jose and Herb were Defensive Player of the Year in their conference, and it's what they bring to our team, the instincts. Once again, the communication defensively, and those guys are just aggressive, and they know where to be.
Coach, how do you think the defense has improved since CJ got here?
Well, we just work at it. And more importantly, we watch film. All the guys are buying into what we're trying to do, and every day we come in and put our work in.
Do you see a lot of improvement, say, since maybe over the last 15 games before, like, rather than in February or something like that?
Yeah, we've improved a ton. I think the important part for us is our game plan discipline, having an understanding that when we come up with a game plan, this is how we want to guard. The guys go out and they do it with great effort, and that's important.
As far as CJ goes, how just important has his level of buy-in and investment from day one been throughout this process?
Extremely important. Without buy-in from CJ and Brandon, who are our leaders, it's hard to have a really good team. And those guys, they come in every day and they work at it, they talk, they communicate with their teammates. We're watching film, and then the off-the-court stuff. They're going to team dinners, taking their teammates, to the movies or what have you, coming over each other's houses. So all of those things play a part in a role to us being more connected on the floor.
As far as BI goes, do you know about his status for this weekend yet?
Still questionable, still working through it. He was in the weight room getting some work done today, so we'll see how he feels.
And as far as Z goes, is he able to do anything in practice right now?
Only what we've put out, the 5-on-5 control scrimmages.
And going back to CJ, how unique is it just the amount of thought he puts into everything he does, on and off the court, as far as his game, being a leader for the team? How much have you seen just the amount of thought he puts into everything he does?
Well, he's a worker, and he's always striving to be better. So anytime he has questions or wants to know more about what we're doing, he'll ask, he'll get on the floor and work through it. But he's really methodical in staying with his routine, his workouts, his player development things, and getting himself prepared for games is at a high level.
Did B.I. aggravate the injury, or was it just he needed a break after playing all those games in a row?
I think he aggravated it, felt some tightness in it, and so he's working through that now.
How big do you think Najee's been as far as it seems like the second unit is just really aggressive, and defensively they seem like they've been kind of swarming, like Will was saying, in terms of skills.
Najee's been great, doing all the things that we're asking him to do. He's aggressive defensively. He and Herb are kind of taking turns guarding the best players, and he's just coming out being solid for us. And because of it, he's having some really good games for us.
How important is that to give Herb a break sometimes on some of those best guys because somebody like Najee step in and do it?
Well, it's important to show them different guys different looks. Herb can do certain things defensively. Najee brings another dynamic for us. Tons of energy, aggressive, denying you, taking guys out of plays. So it's a luxury to have.
Notice his shirt. Is that a Pelicans Masters crossover?
Well, we got the Masters going on, so a few of our guys are watching, but we also got a shooting group. And so we want to we got some shirts made for them, just kind of having some fun with it.
What's your handicap looking like these days?
Non-existent. I need a lot of strokes.
Earlier in the year, when this team didn't have Brandon in the lineup, there were some struggles for trying to figure out what the identity was of the team. Why recently, when B.I. hasn't been out, that this team's been able to kind of respond without having your leading scorer in the lineup?
Well, when Brandon was out, when we had injuries, when we didn't have our key guys, our young guys had an opportunity to step on the floor and gain a ton of experience. Along the way, we made a lot of mistakes, but we've come in every day and worked on the things that we know we can do well, corrected some of our mistakes, and over again, we just stayed with it. And now getting towards the end of the season, with Brandon, we're obviously a much better team, but when he has to miss a few games, our young guys can step in and be solid for us.
Can you just tell how excited this fan base has gotten, especially in the last week, knowing you're one game away from playing that play-in game? You were on that team that went to the playoffs as well. Just how exciting is it for this city to see how they continue to ramp up the excitement for you guys?
I think it's extremely exciting. It's exciting for us, our organization, our players, our group here. It's exciting for our fans. I think it's just fun basketball to watch, and we try to put a team on the floor that represents the city well, and we're all excited about the opportunity.
You like the idea how everyone's like, hey, watch parties here, watch parties there. It wasn't like that when the season started. It wasn't like that for the past few years.
It's a credit to God, man. Just believing in what we can do here, having faith and trust, and letting him do the rest of the work. I know I'll get credit, but I really don't want the credit. It's our guys. They stayed committed to what we're doing. Our group, we stayed committed, and here we are at the end of the season with a great opportunity in front of us, and that's what we want.